Hi, I'm Andrew Cantrell, the designer for Greatest Thief. Today, I'm excited to show you all how to play my game. Greatest Thief is a two-player game full of strategy, dice rolling, and secret information. In the game, you are a thief in possession of a priceless artifact. Your opponent also has their own artifact that goes with yours. To win the game, you're going to have to bypass their security systems to steal their artifact, then protect both artifacts from being restolen. If you're able to start your turn with both artifacts in your possession, you win. My favorite part of this game is this unique rule that you're only allowed to take your turns when the other player is not around to see what you're doing. Because of this, you can expect the game to last over days or even weeks as you take turns one at a time. If this is your first time playing the game, you're going to need to punch out all of the components and get them organized. The pieces punched out from the maps can be thrown away. The security systems should be organized into their own baggies by system type. Each type has its own color. To start the game, give each player the top or bottom of the game box, a map, one of the artifacts, a player envelope with $2,000 in it, and a training card. 2 of the $100 locks and 1 of the $100 cameras, and then 1 of the $300 motion sensors. The map goes inside your half of the game box. You can choose either side to use for the game. Install your security systems and artifact by placing them face down in your map. It's a good idea to put as many security systems as you can between the start location and your artifact. The game boards are dry erase friendly, so you can write your name on the game map to help you keep track of whose map and envelope are whose. Next, shuffle the heist cards and keep them in their puff box. Pick a player to go first and put the Your Turn token on their map. Once you're set up, the first player can take their turn as soon as the other player is not around to watch. When it is your turn, you get to take 3 actions. One of those actions could be to attempt to steal the artifact. You only get to do this once per turn, and if you are the first player, you're not allowed to do it on your first turn. But this is an important one because when you steal the artifact, if you can keep it until your next turn, you're going to win the game. You could also attempt a small heist. This is a way to make money or to get some bonuses that you can save for later. You will need money to upgrade your security systems. This action can be repeated, so you could do a small heist for each of your 3 actions if you wanted to. Another action you can take is to train. Doing this, you're going to pay money to increase your thieving skills. This gives you a better chance of getting past security systems to steal their artifact, and it gives you a better chance of succeeding at a small heist. Training action can also be taken for each of your 3 actions on your turn if you wanted to. Or you can mix it up and do a small heist and 2 trainings, or one of each of the 3 actions. At any time during your turn, you can purchase new security systems, and you can move security systems or your artifact around on your map. Whenever your turn is over, make sure you put the Your Turn token on your opponent's map before you pack up the game. I'm going to go over the action attempt to steal the artifact first because it's going to help us understand the other actions better, and it's really important because you have to do that to win the game. So let's take a look. To attempt to steal the artifact, go to your opponent's map. You're going to attempt to bypass each security system one at a time until you find the artifact or until you fail. One of the locations is labeled with Start. Turn over any security system they have installed there. Roll both dice and compare against the security system's required roll. If you succeed, that is, getting that required roll or bigger, if you succeed, follow the paths on the map to the next token. If there are multiple paths, you pick which way to go. You're going to repeat the process of revealing a security system and rolling dice until you either fail or you find the artifact. If you do fail, leave that system that stopped you face up and turn all the others back over. This is going to let your opponent know that you tried to break in and how far you got. If you find the artifact, steal it. Victory is almost yours. Install the artifact on your own map. They will have to steal it back on their next turn to keep you from winning. There are a couple caveats. If you go down the wrong path and reach a dead end, when you backtrack, you have to re-roll through each security system that you go back through again. One other one. If they had stolen your artifact, and so you know that they have both artifacts on their map, whenever you find one of the artifacts, you get to choose. You can either take that and end the action, or you could keep going and try to find the other artifact. If you find it, great, you'll have both on your map and a chance at winning. But if you fail a security system, then that's going to end the action. You have to put both artifacts back on their map, which makes them win the game. The small heist action will let you get money or single-use bonuses. Draw 3 cards from the small heist deck and choose one of the cards to attempt. There will be 2 or 3 security systems to bypass. Roll the dice for each system in order. If you succeed on each of them, collect the reward. If you fail on one of the rolls, check for a penalty. Some of the cards do not have any penalty, so you would just continue your turn. Some cards say end turn. That is immediate, so you don't get to do any more actions, and you do not get to mess with your own security systems. Some cards will also cost you your next turn. If you do lose your next turn, make sure that you put the take 2 turns side on face up on your opponent's map when you put the turn token back. During small heist, you're also going to find these yellow cards that will give you one-time bonuses. If you decide to go for one of these, once you're done, you're going to keep this yellow card, put it in your player envelope, and keep it there until you need to use it. When you're done with the small heist, you're going to put all the cards back on the discard side, draw side, discard side of the tuck box. And as I mentioned earlier, the small heist action is repeatable, so you can do this for each of your 3 actions or 2 actions if you want it during your turn. Training permanently increases your chance of bypassing security systems. This is going to help with small heists and with the attempt to steal your opponent's artifact. The card is organized by security system type and by level of training. For one action on your turn, you can purchase 3 levels of training across any of the systems. The cost is shown at the top of the card. To train, you will check off the boxes with the dry erase marker, then pay the cost to the bank envelope. For example, if I wanted to train 2 levels for cameras and 1 level for security guards, I would mark these 3 spaces. Then I would pay $800 to the bank envelope, $200 plus $400 for the camera levels, and another $200 for the guard block. With this training, from now on in the game, whenever I roll dice to bypass a security system with the camera icon, I would add 2 to my roll. If you're trying to bypass a system with the security guard icon, you would add 1 to your roll. Just like with small heist, the training action can be repeated on your turn. So that means as long as you have enough money for the training, you could take the action up to 3 times and mark off up to 9 levels of training in 1 turn. Security systems show their type, their required role, and a cost. To buy new systems, you can pay the entire cash amount, or you could turn in a cheaper system to cover part of that price. The cheaper system you use does have to be the same type of system. As I mentioned earlier, to install the systems, you put them face down on your map. That's it for how to play Greatest Thief. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you get a chance to play it. Thank you so much for watching my video. I'm going to be dropping a link in the comments for a spot where you can sign up to get an email alert when the game comes out, or where you can join a Facebook group to follow along. Thanks again.